Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Kill Count. Today I will be once again looking at Five Nights at Freddy's, released in 2023. I first covered this movie 2 months ago, only one day after the release, so I felt like I should make a more improved version. So here you go guys. Five Nights at Freddy's is about this guy named Mike. He takes care of his little sister Abby, and when he gets fired from his job, he goes out to find a new one, and this guy gets him a job at Freddy's. Things just get bad from there. He also has this weird theory on dreams. But please, enough of that, let's get to the kills. The movie begins with this security guard trying to escape. He goes through this vent and busts out, then he goes in this room. Oh shit, Foxy's gonna get yo ass. He runs away, but can't get out. Foxy did get his ass. He wakes up in this fucked up machine. He gets strapped up. Holy motherfucking shit. He tries to get out of it, but I think it's too late, yay. Motherfucker died straight up. Let's go Scott. It cuts to a fucking awesome ass opening and a title card. Then it cuts to this guy named Mike. He wakes up and bangs some out. Then he tells his little sister Abby to get ready for school.
Abby, come on.
Okay.
She says hold the fuck up. Then Mike's at his job, where he talks to this guy about something. He goes to get the usual, where he sees this kid just get taken. He runs after them and just starts beating the fuck out this guy for no reason. Then he gets called in to talk to this guy named Steve. He asks some shit. Apparently that was just a dad who was just trying to get his son. He talks about his job history and also roasts the fuck out of Mike.
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you here, Mike. Given your track record, your options are gonna be extremely limited.
Then he brings up a job he could do at Freddy Fazbear's.
I have a job for you. Come on, sit down.
He gives him some info on the place and shit, but Mike says he doesn't do nights, but Steve still gives him his card. If he has a change of heart, he drives back home and sees this eviction notice. Abby also has a babysitter named Max. Abby's up in her room drawing pictures of Mike. Mike sees this and thinks it's pretty cool. He tells her to come and eat, but she don't want to do shit, and also talks to her imaginary friend. Mike pops a Xan and goes to sleep. He also puts on this weird noise. In his dream, he sees his little brother, who passed away that day. Mike was supposed to watch him. He sees that he was taken by someone and runs after him. Might as well add Garrett to kill count. Mike wakes the fuck up. He goes to Abby's school, where his crazy ass aunt wants to get Abby, just so she can get a check. She says he's unfit to raise a child. Then Mike talks to Abby's teacher, and he kinda agrees with his crazy ass aunt.
My aunt, she's an idiot, but she's right. No judge in their right mind's ever gonna side with me.
He thinks he can't raise a child. Back at home, Mike decides to call back Steve and asks if he can get that job. He tells him some more fucking info on the place. While Mike is on his way over there, he goes inside, looks at some shit. He turns on all the lights. Steve says that's pretty much it. Mike starts watching the monitors. He sees this training video and puts that bitch on.
Let's introduce you to the stars of the show.
It kinda wigs out and shit. He goes to open his locker. Yeah, bro, Ham's Balloon Boy. He flips that bitch around. Then he walks out to the main room and just looks around for a bit. He hears something from here and gets scared of Bonnie's asshole. He looks at all the animatronics. Then he fucking falls asleep at his office. He dreams back to that moment again, where Garrett got his ass took, but this time Mike sees these kids.
What is this? Who are you?
He asks if they're seen who took him. They all just run away. He runs after one of them, but falls and wakes up. He goes back home. Then Max goes to have a meet or some shit with Mike's craziest aunt.
Some people say that, but you know, it's just a theory.
Apparently they have a plan to make Mike seem like he's not good to have Abby. That's why Max has been babysitting. This fucker keeps trying to leave. But they end up coming up with a plan to break into Freddy's, so Mike will lose his job. Abby says she wants to go to work with Mike, but he says fuck no. He arrives at his shitty job, and fucker just goes back to sleep. He dreams about the same moment. Those kids show up again. This time he tells them not to run. They all just fucking run away again. he catches up to Foxy, where he gets sliced. Oh shit. Fucker wakes up, all this shit wigs out, he goes to turn it off and back on, then he sees on the monitor a cop outside. He answers the door, she just says the same old shit we heard in the trailers, and comes inside. She helps him out with the cut, because that cut actually happened. She says he's been acting suspicious since he saw her. She asks if he met them yet.
Met who?
She also brings up missing children, then shows the stars of the show. They start singing and shit, and this is honestly fucking awesome, until Bonnie's guitar sparks up, and she gives him the security guard badge. Then Vanessa wishes his good luck, and that one dude waits for Mike to leave. He calls up Max, and they break in that bitch. They start busting up shit, then this guy hears some shit, and you can see Chica's weird ass walking up. He goes to open the door, and sees Mr. Cupcake. Fucker wakes up, he looks away, and bitch is gone. Holy fucking shit, it's Chica, and Hank sees his ass getting eaten. Chica dogs him down. Then this chump breaks into the office, and sees Hank running and screaming. He goes in this closet. Watch out, Hank. Bonnie straight up comes at his ass, and he sees this. Then Bonnie steps the fuck out of that bitch, and fucker takes off running. He goes back in the office. He sees Chica putting Mr. Cupcake in the vent. He quickly sitting up against the vent. He goes away. The door flies open, and he goes out. But fucker gets locked out. He tries to leave. But then Foxy gets his ass. Max walks in that bitch because they're taking too long. She randomly sees this fucking kid and goes after him. She sees all these broken parts, and the kid talks. From Freddy.
Warmer.
She gets closer and pulls up a chair. She looks in. Freddy fucking bites her ass in half. Now to Mike. He tries to give Abby that security badge, but says fuck no, so he just puts it in this drawer. Abby goes to get it, and she finds those court papers her crazy ass aunt gave Mike. He says it's nothing. Then Vanessa's ass shows up and says someone broke into Freddy's crib, also found his XANS. Just kidding, they're sleeping pills. Mike asks if she wants to go for a walk. He starts talking about his dreams and how he feels like he can save his brother.
Your brother. You think you saw who took him?
I know I did.
He thinks he can find out who took his brother. Then she dips. Mike tries to call Max to babysit, but she doesn't answer obviously. He ends up taking her with him.
I will work, and you will sleep. Under no circumstances are you going to come out of my office.
They go inside, and she gets ready to go to sleep, and Mike goes to clean up, and Balloon Boy scares his ass again. Montage plays out while he cleans up the place. He plays some wood sound again and goes to sleep. Abby wakes up and needs to use the bathroom. After she gets done, she hears something. Freddy's eyes glow up and comes at her. Mike's in his dream again, and he sees that one kid. He asks for his help and asks if he can tell him who took his brother. The kid says what will he give them?
If we show you, what will you give us?
Mike says anything, and fucker vanishes, but leaves this little drawing. He wakes up to screaming and goes running out there. Freddy straight up rolls up on his ass, but Abby says it's okay and that's just his brother, and fucker really goes back to normal. Mike gets weirded the fuck out and thinks this is a joke.
This is a joke, right? I mean...
Mike says they have to leave and gives Freddy a fattest huge. Mike lays her down and he sees this drawing made, and it shows all the kids from his dream. That morning he asks her about it and also brings up their brother who's dead, and she says they're ghosts. Back at Freddy's, Vanessa's staring at these drawings. The yellow rabbit. Mike pulls up and they go inside. Abby goes to talk to them again, and Mike realizes Vanessa knew about them the entire time.
Ghost children possessing giant robots?
And Abby wants to build a big ass fort for them. Vanessa says fuck yeah, and they all start building this shit. Fucker falls, but I'm all good. Then Vanessa goes in the other room. Mike follows and sees this busted up animatronic that has spring locks, and Mike says he feels closer to his brother here, but they don't like him. Abby's all dancing around with them and shit, and she sparks up Bonnie's guitar. They wake her ass up. Then they go outside, and Mike calls her ass out, and she says if he ever brings back Abby here again, she will pop his ass. That's enough for Mike to fucking leave. And he calls someone for help. Then he wakes up Abby. It turns out he called his crazy ass aunt. She says she fucking hates Mike because she thinks he's gonna give her away, but really it's just for babysitting. Mike goes to get his pills and goes back to Freddy's midday. Then he gets ready to ass out again, but this time he sees his family like this. He realizes this is not how it's supposed to be. That kid says he can change what happened. They just want Abby.
We want Abby.
Mike thinks on it and blindly says yes, take my sister, then realizes what he just said and take it back, but it's too late and he starts getting cut the fuck up, then he fucking wakes up Saw style. Fucker tries to get out of it, luckily he ends up getting out and he sees everyone's dead bodies, he fucking runs out of that bitch, then sees Foxy's just right there, and he comes at that motherfucker. It cuts to Abby. The aunt just watches TV. Wait, what the fuck? Abby sees him. Yeah man, this is Golden Freddy, and he also killed her aunt. Abby asks how they're gonna get to Freddy's, and we finally see our boy, Cory Kenshin. Fucker gets freaked out from Golden Freddy. Mike wakes up with Vanessa. He says they tried to kill him. And apparently Vanessa knew the entire fucking time. He tells her how he said yes to letting take Abby. She shows up with Golden Freddy. She runs in, but realizes he's gone. She goes in and sees all their asses, and Vanessa says not only are their souls in the animatronics, their bodies are too. And she says he knows you're looking for him, and finally shows him who he is. He's William Afton. Yeah bro, that's her daddy. The animatronics start dancing and shit again, and Vanessa says this will butt him some time. And on his way he goes. Chica tells Abby to come here. Meanwhile Mike breaks in through the vent and tries to stay out of sight. Chica brings Abby to this room. Mike electrocutes Freddy and Bonnie's bitch asses. Holy shit. Chica tries to stuff Abby's ass in the broken suit, but Mike comes in and saves her. That made Mr. Cupcake upset, so he straight starts biting up Michael's asshole. He tells Abby to run, and Foxy sees the shit. Then Mike shocks Mr. Cupcake. Meanwhile, Foxy's hunting her ass, then she hides in the ball pit. Mike comes out looking for her, but holy shit, he sees the main man himself. Springtrap. He gets all scared and tries to shock him, but that don't work for him. Vanessa saves Abby. Foxy glitches the fuck out. Meanwhile, Spring Bonnie is talking to shit to Mike.
First I killed your brother. Now I killed you.
He tells his children to wake up and gets ready to kill his ass. But Vanessa says to drop the fucking knife, and Mr. Trap is finally revealed. Yeah man, it's Steve, aka William.
You may have forgotten your loyalties, but I assure you, they have not.
She straight up shoots his ass, and Abby wakes up Mike. He tells her to show them what he really did. He fucking chokes her bitch ass out, but sees Abby going to the wall. Vanessa tries to stop him, so he fucking stabs her ass. Mike shuts off the power, then turns it back on, and reveals what he did to them. They all see this, and he just starts talking shit to them until Cupcake bites his ass, causing his suit to spring lock. Shit fucks him up, their eyes go red. Fucker shouts, and they drag his ass, and these guys run out of there. Then it just cuts to Abby at school. Then Mike drives her back. Then he goes to see Vanessa in the hospital, says some shit, then they eat, and Abby says she wants to visit her friends again. Mike's just blows it off. Then it cuts back to Freddy's, and Golden Freddy just watches Willem get crushed up, and I'm just gonna add him as a kill. The movie ends with Spring Bonnie struggling. Once again, 13 people died in this movie, 10 guys and 3 girls.
On the next kill count.
You just did the best thing you can do. You just did the best thing you can do.